Hello, I'm Cliff Smith and welcome to lesson 4 in my series on the minor part of the CAGED system. So today we're going to be looking at the minor arpeggio. If you haven't done so already, I would suggest going over lessons 1 to 3 and learning everything in those lessons, which was the minor chord, the natural minor scale and the pentatonic minor scale in all 5 CAGED positions. There are links to those lessons in the description to this video. Those shapes are also all on the worksheet for this lesson. The D minor arpeggio contains all the notes of the D minor chord played one at a time. So it would be D, F, A. So let's learn the D minor arpeggio in all 5 CAGED shapes. Starting with a C shape. If I play a D minor arpeggio from D to D, I get this 1 octave arpeggio. There's nothing wrong with that, but we're only using 4 strings. There are 3 notes from the arpeggio in this position that we haven't played. Below the bottom D, we have an A, and above the top D, we have F and A. In the CAGED system, we tend to play all the notes of the arpeggio that are available to us in whichever area of the neck we're playing. So let's add those in, and the C shape D minor arpeggio would look like this. That sounds unfinished or unresolved, so let's hit the D root notes to resolve the arpeggio. Playing those root notes is very helpful for you to see and hear the arpeggio in the correct context of D. So a good way to practice it would be root notes, arpeggio, root notes, like this. Now let's learn the A shape. D to D would give us a 1 octave D minor arpeggio. If we fill in the rest of the notes in this area of the neck, we get an A at the bottom and F and A at the top. So the whole arpeggio with root notes would look like this. Root notes, arpeggio, root notes. Next we have the G shape. Here we could play a 2 octave D minor arpeggio from E string to E string. This shape starts and ends on the root note, so the whole arpeggio with root notes would look like this. Then the E shape. Here we could also play a 2 octave D minor arpeggio from E string to E string. There's also a top F in this position we can add. So the whole arpeggio with root notes would look like this. And finally we have the D shape. If we play from D to D, we get a 1 octave D minor arpeggio starting on the D string. But as you can see, there are 3 strings we didn't play in this position. If we go below the bottom D, we can find A and F. If we go above the top D, we can find another F. So the whole arpeggio with root notes would be That's all 5 shapes. So by now you should know all 5 positions of the minor chord, the root notes, the natural minor scale, the pentatonic minor scale, and the minor arpeggio. So let me show you how to practice all of that efficiently. C shape, D minor chord, root notes, D natural minor scale, pentatonic minor scale. Root notes, D minor arpeggio, root notes, A shape, D minor chord, root notes, D natural minor scale, root notes, D pentatonic minor scale, root notes, D minor arpeggio, root notes, G shape, D minor chord, root notes, D natural minor scale, root notes, D pentatonic minor scale, root notes, D minor arpeggio, root notes, E shape, D minor chord, root notes, D natural minor scale, root notes, D pentatonic minor scale, root notes, D minor arpeggio, root notes, and finally we have the D shape, D minor chord, root notes, D natural minor scale, root notes, D pentatonic minor scale, root notes, D minor arpeggio, root notes. Once you're comfortable with all those shapes in the key of D minor, then practice them in all the other minor keys. And once you play them in all 12 keys, you're really going to know these shapes. If you want a system to go through all the keys, then use the cycle of fourths like we did in lesson 1. There's a link to that worksheet in the description. And don't forget to use the shapes to make music. There's a link in the description to some backing tracks in D minor, and you can play over those using these shapes. Just remember that the scales can be played over the whole track, but if you want to use an arpeggio, you need to change it with the chord. So play a D minor arpeggio over the D minor chord, a G minor arpeggio over the G minor chord, and an A minor arpeggio over the A minor chord. So that's lesson 4. So well done for getting this far. We covered a lot in this lesson. If you found that a bit advanced, make sure to go over lessons 1 to 3 and make sure you haven't missed anything. Download the worksheets for those lessons as well. You'll probably find that helpful. Lesson 5 will be coming soon.